saying no matter how well you sleep or manage stress, it might not just be burnout, it could be low iron. Iron powers your energy by helping red blood cells deliver oxygen, and when levels drop, so does your stamina.
I really enjoyed that lesson. Thank you for that. Today, Dr. Natalie Gentile of Rebel Wellness joins us to explain why iron matters, especially for women, and even more so if you're breastfeeding. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We saw this Instagram reel of this mother talking about how her energy was super low. She went to the doctor. She got an iron infusion and just was talking about how wonderful she felt and that everyone should go get their iron levels checked.
Iron levels are not checked frequently enough. So first and foremost, they're not a part of our main panels we check in primary care. And the other thing is the symptoms of iron deficiency are really hard to discern from other conditions we commonly see. Right. Problems with your thyroid, depression, anxiety, poor nutrient deficiency, and other things like B12 or vitamin D. So it's not a slam dunk when somebody presents with fatigue or hair loss, but it's something you have to think of.
Okay, so I'm thinking about, so really is it only included in a panel specifically if you go for it? So you have to send out for an iron panel?
Yes, you have to send out and add it on. So you'll go to the PCP, you'll get your cholesterol checked, your blood sugar, right? Maybe they'll check a blood count, but not frequently are they checking a ferritin. And that's usually the test I start to check is ferritin because it tells us about your iron stores. I think a lot of people don't realize you can have iron deficiency and not be anemic, aka have a low blood count. Right. And I think that's a big place where we're missing a lot of people, especially women, when it comes to the opportunity to treat for iron deficiency.
Okay, and just to go over one more time here with a little bit more specifics, what should you be looking for to think like maybe, hey, I have this deficiency?
Yeah, so a lot of times people are starting to experience fatigue. I'm going up a set of steps and I'm out of breath, but it's not like I'm out of shape, right? I'm having hair loss that I can't really explain for any other reason. Those would be main ones. Another one is restless legs or calf cramping. We see that too.
And it's so weird that you mentioned, well, whenever a couple of our questions have something to do with breastfeeding and nursing, and I was anemic when I was pregnant. Never have I ever been anemic before, but with both of my pregnancies, my iron was low. And then I thought that I was just tired because I was pregnant. And then I was postpartum. Why specifically for postpartum women is this so important?
Yeah, so especially if you're breastfeeding, that all those nutrients are going to baby, right? So anything that you're consuming, first and foremost, is going to baby through breast milk. There's also changes in what you're taking in your postpartum period. A lot of women aren't eating enough, right? They're not getting enough sleep. They're under a high amount of stress. That is going to affect our ability to absorb iron as well. And so you're in this state where it's not uncommon for a woman who's pregnant to be iron deficient or to be anemic, but that doesn't mean it's going to get better when you're not pregnant anymore. And those things can kind of trickle down after you have baby.
Well, how can you tell if it's not postpartum or just lack of sleep and it's an actual deficiency of iron?
Getting those iron panels checked is the place I always would start. Checking an iron, checking a ferritin level. It's not a big deal, right? It's part of a blood draw. And just advocating for yourself, like, I think I need, you know, a broader thought about why I'm feeling this way.
Okay. All right. So let's just say someone says, yes, you are iron deficient. What foods specifically, before we race straight to supplements, can we kind of, you know, help the problem with?
You know, I'm all about those nutrient-dense plant foods, right? So our leafy greens, our beans, our tofu, these things are high in iron. And it's very important that you couple them with vitamin C because that's going to help with the absorption of that iron. So my favorite, beans and greens with lemon on top. That's going to slam dunk that iron.
Send me a recipe, Pat.
So if you do decide to start taking an iron supplement, and of course you go to your doctor, when is it best to take it? In the morning, in the evening?
Yeah, typically you want to take it at the same time every day on an empty stomach. You want to check with your pharmacist to see if it interacts with any other medications or supplements that you're taking. And mostly it's on that empty stomach in the morning that I find my patients find it most tolerated.
Cool.
Okay. Good stuff.
I'm not going to lie. I'm doing a green and bean with lemon for dinner. I can't wait.
And you're probably not even deficient in iron.
I'm not.
Yeah, it just sounded good.
Makes everything better. If you're interested in learning more about Direct Care Physicians of Pittsburgh or Rebel Wellness, head to our website, kdk.com/talkpittsburgh.
All right, coming up on Talk Pittsburgh, are you washing your berries the wrong way? Well, I've got the storage mistakes that are making them spoil faster. And we are testing the viral bug hack. Yes, that's next.